Hey, how is everybody? I hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a good day. Hope your weather's nice. Sun's shining, birds are singing. So I hope you all are good. Okay. So I do have a lot that I want to go over today. Um, if you guys just give me 1 second, I'll wait. I'll give people a few minutes to get in here, and then we will get started. All right, I'm gonna switch over here. Okay. Hey, Silence. Hey, Tracy. Good afternoon, everybody. All right, so I got a lot, like I said, that I want to go over. We might as well just get right into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the stuff that's going on. Hi, Mom. The stuff that's going on in New York City right now. Hey, Jackie. So I did make a short video about this stuff yesterday. At least about this Jordan Neely deal. But there's a things that I found that I think are very important and I think need to be brought out to the public because you're not going to get them from the mainstream media. You're not going to get them from the news because they have their narrative that they want to push. And that's race, 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 race. Hey, Andrew Dominic. And that's just not what it's about. So I want to take a minute, pull up some things, and we can go from there. Hey, Sefa. All right, so let me just start by doing this. Okay. Now, this person said, he's talking about Jordan Neely. He also punched a 67-year-old woman in the face, breaking her nose and fractured her eye socket, broke her orbital bone. You know who really failed Jordan Neely? Okay, no, okay, I'm not going to read that because a lot of that is cussing and stuff like that, but I'll read this. On June 27th, 2019, Neely was arrested for punching a 64-year-old man in the face during a fight in Greenwich Village subway station. And he was busted in August 2015 for attempted kidnapping after he was seen dragging a 7-year-old girl down an Inwood Street. He pled guilty to endangering the welfare of a child and was sentenced to 4 months in jail. Okay. Now, he has been arrested over 40 times. 40 times and let go each time. Okay. Now, the people are not the ones who failed this guy. The state, the government is who failed this guy. Okay. Now, everybody wants to say, well, he was homeless. You know, people need to care about the homeless, yada, yada, yada. This has nothing to do with him being homeless. This has nothing to do with race. This has nothing to do with anything except the fact of how he was acting on the subway station. And then after I show you a couple videos, I'm going to show you a video where after Daniel released him from the chokehold, they tried to put him in a recovery position to where he would be all right. They tried to make sure that he was okay. Now, after Daniel got up from having him in the chokehold, did he run away and flee? No, he did not. He stayed there and tried to help the man. Okay. And you can see him breathing after Daniel let him go. But let's just slam this guy. Let's just slam this guy for murder. I think that's crazy. Now, I think, okay, let me just show you some of these clips, okay? Let me go over here real quick. I'll tell you what. going on. You people ruined my life. Bye. Okay. See you later. Don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Hey, Kim. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up here. Everything gets screwed up when I pull it up. For some reason, it goes all ass backwards. Okay, now, here's a video of Jordan Neely
my train riding and
on the subway station. Now, this was not the same day, but this is what this guy did. Okay, so let's just watch this video.
my feet.
Say it to my face now. Say it to my face now. Tell me to take a chill pill. Say the word chill pill.
Oh.
Say the word chill pill.
Oh. Okay, now is there one person in the chat right now that can say he was absolutely right for doing what he did? He was absolutely not harming that woman in one bit. Can anybody say that? No, they can't. So please explain to me. Now, listen, I am not condoning murder, okay? Because I'm just not. But that's not what this is, y'all. This is not what we are looking at here. Thank you, CNY, for keeping up and all this shit. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And this is the man, and he's done this over and over and over and over again to people on the subway. Now, is there anybody who doesn't share Daniel's need or want to get up and put an end to this behavior? Is there anybody that doesn't feel that right now? Because I'm a woman, and I can tell you that if I saw a man punch a woman on the subway, I would have to say something. I would have to try to say something. See, the system failed him because when he got arrested and he had all of these things, he should have absolutely either been kept in jail, or if people want to say, oh, he's got all these mental issues, then I guess you should have locked him up in an asylum where he could have gotten the help that he needed. But they didn't. He'd get arrested, they'd let him right back out on the street. Get arrested, right back out on the street. It's a revolving door. But he never got the help that he needed. But that's not on the people. That's not on the people's fault. The people have the right to get on the subway and go to work or go home or go wherever it is that they're going without that threat, right? Without a threat to their life or without a threat to their, their health and well-being. All right. Now, let me get back over here because I think, let's just see what happens. All right, let me go back and mute myself.
Oh. Say the word chill pill. Fucking business. I'm dealing with my fucking kid. You understand? Mind your business. Mind your business. It ain't about being a role model. It's about getting my fucking respect from people like you. All these other races out here. Mind your business.
I never gave.
Okay?
Well, isn't that just delightful? Well, I don't think it's so much the cops are scared to do anything. I think the cops are being told not to do anything. you know, and I think that's because of how the public will react. Like, again, and this is not about, I know, this is not about race, though. This is about getting somebody who is obviously harming other people, who is obviously being a menace and getting in the way of people living their everyday life, and, you know, threatening them with bodily harm, doing bodily harm to them, and nobody can do anything about it. So we're all just supposed to live like that. We're all supposed to walk, you know, people that, not me, because I don't, but people in this that live in New York City that have to get on the subway every day, people that have to walk those streets all the time. They're supposed to just walk around and in fear all the time and nobody does anything for them. Like, that's not right. That's not right at all. Besides the Marine, nobody stood up and did anything about it. All right, now let's take a look at this next video. Who is also the same man.
My fuck widow! Punk ass mother nigga!
Now, I just want to tell everybody that this is Jordan Neely. This is the same man. Okay? Now watch. And you tell me, I want you men to tell me that you would not do, you just sit there and do nothing as you saw this happen. Because I, as a woman, couldn't even say that. There's no way I could sit and watch this and not do anything or say anything. There's no way. I don't have that in me. And neither did this Marine.
I rebuke the spirit in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke the spirit in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke this thing.
Puppy, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what your problem is, but I don't play that bullshit, so do not bring that here. You can leave. Okay.
Get up! Shut the fuck up! You know, you gonna have it.
That's what I do.
You know him?
It needs to be coming around.
No squad! Oh!
Yeah, that poor woman was saying, help me. Did you see the look on her face and how scared she was when he grabbed her by her hair and pulled her back down next to him on the bench? And this is why I say that man did everything correctly. I mean, maybe he should have just knocked his ass out and then restrained him, before, like, maybe he could have done it in a different way, but he did what his instincts told him to do. And not for nothing, but when he did what he did, he stopped everybody else on that subway from being, being a victim to this man. I mean, it's crazy. Exactly, Karma. The governor wants to be out here. Our wonderful governor of New York wants to be out here talking about how, this didn't have to happen to this man. It was so wrong of what happened to him. And wants to talk about, oh, well, he was homeless and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you what, Miss Hochul, why don't you take some of your damn income and give the man a place to live? Why don't you take some of your money and take care of all the homeless people on the streets instead of letting them be the people's problem? Why don't we send them to your front door? Okay, let's move on, shall we? Let's look at some more. Hold on, I gotta find it here, guys. Okay, here's another one. And this time he took it into a fast food joint. Now, I am just trying to show you all what the news will not show you. They will just tell you that a poor, homeless black man was choked out on the subway by a white Marine. That's it. That's all the news they will share with you. They do not tell you what kind of person he was. They do not show you the videos of what he was doing before the man grabbed him up. They do not show you any of that because they are pushing a narrative, a race narrative, a black versus white, and people buy it. People are buying it up. And it's ridiculous because what people don't realize is it's not black versus white. All right. We are all people. We are all one. And it's us versus them. The government, the government, the people who are pushing this bullshit narrative. And when people buy into it and they just want to go after and attack other people of different races because the news tells you to, because the news says your life is unfair, because the news says it's you against us, when really it's us against them. But it is just, yes, that was him again, Kim. But it is just insane. There are so many videos that people have taken of him on doing this to people. And the news they don't tell you any of that. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys all knew that the story that you're getting is not the full story. The story that they push is not the full story. And this should show you exactly how one-sided our news media is. Okay. Now, the people that are buying it, let me just show you what the hell is going on in New York City, okay? Hundreds BLM members block Manhattan streets to demand justice for Jordan Neely. Because again, they bought into the, oh, it's black versus white. And they go out here and they act like this. And they don't even know what the hell they're out there for. They don't even know. But the news media says, hey, we're going to give you something to go out and protest about. And you go out and protest. And they're like all for it. And it's just so freaking ridiculous. Thank you, Sifa, for being on top of things. Kim, thank you for the 7 months. We appreciate you. Okay. Housing is a human right. Justice for Jordan Neely. Housing is a human right. I agree with that sign. But that's not on people. That's not on the people. The states and the nation make housing the way that it is. I mean, it's ridiculous. You ever tried to get a place? You got to have. I mean, it's in New York City for show. In New York City, right? You're paying $2,500 a month for a freaking 1-bedroom apartment. Tiny little, 700 square foot apartment. $2,500 a month. And then if you want to get in anywhere, you need first month's, last month's, freaking security deposit. I mean, you're talking, you need $6,000 to move into a place. It's insane. Okay. But again, that doesn't give people the right to go around and treating other human beings the way that man did. There's plenty of homeless people out there that never harm anybody. No peace. Police. No justice. No peace. Police. No justice. No peace. Police. No justice. No peace. Every single person there is brainwashed into thinking that this is a race thing because of the news. And I don't care what anybody says. Prove me wrong. Because it's the only thing that would get people out there like that, causing all these problems. I mean, they could easily solve the homeless issue. Easily. Take some money. Hey, Nancy, take some of your money. Chuck Schumer, take some of your money out. AOC, you want to run your mouth and you want to say, oh, this Jordan Neely, he was my hero, blah, blah, blah. Then why don't you pay for his house? Why don't you pay for somewhere for him to live? Why don't all of you politicians take some of that money out of your pocket that you get from sitting on your ass and doing nothing for the people all the time and fix the housing problem, fix the homeless problem? You guys expect us to believe that you're going to fix the planet and you're going to make the planet a great place and climate change, this, that, and the other thing when all of your main cities look like shitholes. But we're supposed to trust you that you're going to fix the planet. Please. Please. Okay. Keep up the great work, CNY. I love you in chat. Thank you. All right. Let's move on. Exactly. Fixing the planet is not the narrative. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. Now here's this person who is standing on the street in New York City talking about let's arm up, strap up, calling for violence against white people, even though this is not a race thing. This is one of those brainwashed fools that I was just talking about. So let's just hear what he has to say, shall we? Let's just hear the nonsense coming out of this guy's mouth. If we have to strap up and come out here, start popping, it's going to happen. You try to encroach on any of us, we lay you the F down. Comrade Don Curtis, a convicted murderer and violent robber, leads a BLM-style protest for Jordan Neely in New York City. Let's have a listen.
Days of murdering us and getting away with it are fucking over. Over and done. If we have to strap up and come out here and just start popping, it's going to happen. We're tired of it.
Let's go.
That's it. You try to encroach upon any one of us, we laying you the fuck down.
They didn't learn after George Floyd. They didn't fucking learn.
My body count is established. Look it up. Criminal court, murder, 42nd Street, 1984. Look it up. That's me. 35 years. We ain't taking this shit no fucking more.
Yeah.
We tired of it. We tired of you racist pigs. We tired of you racist civilians. We tired of being murdered.
Like I said, guys, the problem is this isn't about race. This isn't about race. But Karma, you are absolutely correct. If a white person was standing on the street screaming that shit, they would be arrested. Bottom line, it'd be a hate crime because that's the freaking world that we live in, right? But this is what they want. They want the division. They don't want people standing together because if everybody just had a freaking revelation and open their eyes and step back for a minute and realize what the hell was actually going on and all the people united, they wouldn't have a chance. There would be no more division. There wouldn't be no more of this bullshit. That's for sure. There couldn't be because we wouldn't let it happen. And listen, don't even get me started on George Floyd, please. But this, you guys, I am telling you right now. Hey, Ashley, thank you for the 2 months. Amazing you got all those clips. I haven't seen them anywhere else. And you won't. And you will not because they don't want the truth out there. They don't want the truth pushed. They want everybody to think that this white Marine just went in there that day planning on killing that black guy. And it's total bogus. So, yeah, you won't see that anywhere else. Okay. Oh, there definitely is DS, but you won't hear about it. The news will not push that because it doesn't do anything for them. It doesn't work for their narrative. It doesn't work towards their agenda. So they're not going to show it to you. Okay. I want to show you this other clip from New York City. Listen, you guys, I think these are important things that need to be talked about, and I just want to share them with you guys. You know, that's all I'm trying to do here. Okay, let's look at this video where yesterday, I shit you not, everybody jumped down on the subway train tracks and blocked all transportation from moving yesterday. They stopped it from moving by blocking all of the tracks. I mean, it is so insane to me. I think let me see. I think they played music on this, but I'm not sure if they did. I'm going to have to mute it, but. Oh, no. See? You know, the crazy thing is everybody wants to be standing out there going, no justice, no peace. Well, shit. Jordan Neely wasn't giving anybody peace when he was on that subway. That woman that he grabbed by her hair did not have any peace. But do you hear one person sticking up for her? No, you don't. Do you hear anybody coming out and being like, listen, y'all are getting this is not right. Y'all got the story all wrong. No, you don't. Was anybody worried about anybody else on that subway's justice or peace? Hell no, they weren't, because it only works when it's going towards an agenda, doesn't it? When it's going towards an agenda. And you know what's crazy is there's people that join in on this crap that have absolutely no idea what they're doing there. They have absolutely no idea what's going on, but they just want to be a part of something. They just want to be a part of it. So they'll join in. They don't even know that what they're joining in on is bogus. They don't even know. They just want to be a part of it. You know, they're like, oh, I just want to fight for justice for this young man because his life was taken and it was bullshit. But again, not many people saw those other videos, did they? But I mean, you're stopping transportation from moving. Oh, Dams, thank you so much for the super chat. You're absolutely right. They need us to hate each other. Yes, they absolutely do. Oh, I believe they are getting paid. I absolutely believe they're getting paid. Just like when George Floyd shit was going on. You know, they were bussing people in that didn't even live there. They were bussing people in. They had piles of bricks set up on these streets. People were paid to go there and to start problems and to riot and to do things. 100%. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? All right, let me see. All right, here's this last one. All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have two more. But here's this guy, this New York City cop. I would not want to be a New York City cop right now, let me tell you. But this is what they are dealing with right now because of all of this nonsense. Now, I'm not going to play the whole minute because nobody wants to hear people screaming for a minute. But I just want to give you show you what's up.
While your officers take black lives.
They won't even let the trains move. They're totally stopping everything from happening. This poor cop, man.
Are y'all gonna your officers took black lives. 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 Your officers took black lives.
And I'm telling you, that cop has got more freaking patience in him and more control than I would have had. But I had off work today to be able to tune in to this live. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here. All right, now is this the one with the woman? I think this is the one. Let me see. With the woman when they got bussed in. Oh, no. This isn't. This is just more fights that broke out because of this craziness that they're all doing. I mean, this is insane. I could not deal with any of this. There's no way. Like, this is so insane to me. But I am telling y'all that what happened with George Floyd, this is it. This is a George Floyd 2.0. And now I am going to show you the video of him afterwards. After what? After, I'm going to show you the video, okay? Let me get rid of this. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I want to show you this one of where they helped him after. Let me see. Because you definitely won't see that on the news either. Hold on. Trying to find it here. Okay. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. Now let me show you. Hey, AOC, this is what this person put out. What cold-blooded killer sticks around to make sure the victim is okay? New footage shows Jordan Neely being put in a recovery position. Other passengers commend the Marine for subduing Neely. Even every media outlet owes this man an apology, but you won't get it. So this is the Marine. Okay, this guy right here, who had him in a chokehold. Now I'm going to play this video for you, and you guys make up your own minds about what you think. Listen. Now listen to what everybody is saying. Listen to everything that's being said.
You might choke on John Street and put him on his back. He's on the side, man.
See, right now they're trying to put him. So, like, if you ever had somebody in a chokehold and then they pass out, then this is the position that you're supposed to put them in to help them regain consciousness, okay?
He wasn't planning on getting in the same chokehold as you got. So that's nice, yo. You hear me? You got all of these family. My wife is really the Desert Storm, the military, the Marine. You really got in the chokehold. Once you vindicate, you got to let him go, all right? If he didn't, the sin is low, but he'll be all right. The first patient side. Want to do it today, homie? Huh?
See, he was not dead at this point. He was not dead. He was not choked into death. Okay? Like they want to tell you. See where you can see him. Just you can see he's breathing. Watch. I mean, this guy was not trying to kill him. He was trying to stop him from hurting other people on the subway. That's literally all he was doing. But you will not see this clip in the news. I guarantee it. Because it shows the Marine and everybody, like it shows people trying to help this man. And they want to paint this guy as a cold-blooded killer. And it's just bullshit. You heard it here. You heard it here. Y'all. Okay. Let me see what's going on over here. Yes, correct. Yes. That's how they tell you to put them so they can't roll on their back and choke. Yes. See, so he's not the killer that the news media wants to point him out to be. And I just wanted you guys to know that because I wanted you to hear both sides of the story instead of just the one side that the media pushes. Okay, so, you guys can make up your own minds about that. All right. Guys, shut mom's door. All right, now let's and that's the thing, Karma. The sad thing is you won't see people protesting for him if he goes to jail and gets charged. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I'm putting this out there. Because there's no, that man is not a cold-blooded killer. That man did not go there that day to try to kill somebody. You know, he did not go on that subway planning to harm anybody. But he couldn't just watch it and do nothing. And I give him props for that, not make him feel like a shitty person. How can we help get it on the news so that he can be a hero and instead of a killer by chance, CNY family? I don't think they'll play this on the news ever because it doesn't go against their narrative. I mean, it doesn't go for their narrative. It goes against it. So I don't think we will get that on the news ever. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. All right. I found your channel on the recommendation. Awesome. Welcome. What if you send it to certain stations that will? Maybe I could try. I could try. All right. Let's move on from that. Let me pull this up. Well, let's just see what this article says. It is what we know about the Marine veteran who killed Jordan Neely on the subway. I'm sure it's a totally, let's see. The U.S. Marine Corps veteran who choked an unhoused man to death on the New York City subway this past week has been identified as Daniel Penny of West Islip, New York. Penny killed Jordan Neely, a 30-year-old black man on May. See how they do that? Do you see how they do that? They put the words right in there for you to push this nonsense. Penny killed Jordan Neely, a 30-year-old black man. They couldn't have just said a 30-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? They got to make it about race. On May 1st, aboard a forward car of New York City's F train, the New York City medical examiner ruled that Neely's death was a homicide caused by compression of the neck. George Floyd. The 24-year-old Penny served in the Marine Corps from 2017 to 2021, assigned as a rifleman to Camp Lejeune per his public records. The Washington Post reports that he deployed to the Mediterranean with the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit and left the service with the rank of sergeant. He is currently a college student per his attorneys. Witnesses reported that mid-afternoon on May 1st, Neely got on board the train car and began screaming that he needed food and water. He was acting aggressively, but no witness has reported him physically attacking anyone. Bullshit. It was unclear what Neely was going to do. Per Juan Alberto Vasquez, an independent journalist who witnessed the killing, but he was shouting, "I don't have food, I don't have a drink, I'm fed up." At some point, Penny grabbed Neely and put him in a chokehold, which witnesses reported lasted for as long as 15 minutes. Video and photos taken of the incident show Penny choking Neely while two others unidentified people hold down the latter's arms. Footage taken by Vasquez does not show what led to Penny attacking Neely. Penny's attorney said that Neely was threatening passengers. Vasquez's footage shows 3 minutes of the chokehold. Now, ain't that something? That they just show you the chokehold part. They don't show you what led up to it. They don't show you what happened beforehand. And that's exactly how the media works. They only show you what they want you to see, and that is it. That's not the truth. No one in the car was telling the Marine to stop. One witness, who preferred to be unnamed, told local news outlet Hellgate. Penny was questioned by police after Neely's death, but was released. He has not been arrested or charged since the incident. But that's what all the protests in New York City is about right now. They want him charged with murder. And not for nothing, but you got brain dead AOC up there running her mouth. You got all these politicians sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong, talking about, yeah, he has to be charged with murder. We need to make a make a thing out of him, that we will not stand for this behavior. But you'll stand for him treating people like that. You'll stand for him treating women like that, punching people in the face, punching old ladies in the face. You'll stand for him hurting other people. But when somebody puts an end to it, holy cow, all hell, all shit hits the fan. Please get real, guys, please. Penny's lawyers released a statement on the incident on Friday, May 5th, stating that Daniel never intended to harm Mr. Neely and could not have foreseen his untimely death. And now, not for nothing, but if he was on drugs, and I'm not saying that he is, but if he was, that would have caused a heart problem too. And with him, being, how do I want to say this? With him being in a chokehold, that could have came into it. But I guarantee you they won't release that information. I guarantee you they won't tell you that. Witnesses told Hellgate that when Penny released his grip on Neely, the latter coughed up blood and mucus. One said that he tried to revive Neely with water, but Penny waved him away. Neely was taken to a hospital but pronounced dead. Neely was known to subway riders for his Michael Jackson impersonations. More than 70,000 people are unhoused in New York City, with approximately 3,400 of those people unsheltered. The New York Police Department and Manhattan District Attorney's Office are investigating the homicide and said Penny could face charges. The latest on task and purpose USS George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier rocks battle flag on return home from deployment, accused Air Force intel leaker Jack Teixeira's bedroom is the most cringe that we have ever seen. The Navy wanted to sell off its troubled... Okay, I have no idea what that even has to do with it. The Navy wants to sell off its troubled littoral combat ships to allies after just a few years in service. The beloved A-10 Warthog has a brand new... Yeah, what the hell does that have anything to do with what we're talking about here? Nothing. But that's what I'm saying, guys. It's all in how the media pushes out the story. Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right. In Plainview, ISD, Plainview South Elementary School in Plainview, Texas, a first grade little girl was SA'd by multiple boys in her classroom, with the teacher in the room. It was filmed on a school iPad. If you're wondering why you have not heard about this, the family had the same question. The school decided to not tell the family of the victim. The parents did not know until they saw a concerning change in their little girl's behavior. She wasn't sleeping, always anxious, and simply not herself. They began to ask her questions, and she finally told them what happened. After approaching the school, the staff revealed that they knew. When they spoke to the superintendent, they were stonewalled. Superintendent Sanchez then spoke with KCBD, and he stated that he did everything that was required of him. If you are a student or you have a student in Plainview ISD, just know that these people will protect themselves before they protect a first grade child. The school has shut down its social media and its website. The iPad is being hidden. School has also been canceled on May 8th due to pushback and outrage shown by the community. I looked this up. True story. A first grade girl was was sexually assaulted by multiple boys in her classroom with the teacher in the room, and it was filmed on the school iPad. The school did not tell the parents because they said that they were not required to. The school hid the iPad so the evidence cannot come forward. They didn't even tell the girls' parents that this happened, and they have it on video. You know what I would say? I would say that's freaking child pornography. Arrest the superintendent, arrest the principal, arrest the teacher who was in the room, and arrest anybody who is hiding that evidence. Because technically, because it's on the school's iPad, it would be the school that has that. It would be on the school, right? Charge them with child pornography then. Because that's exactly what they have there. And they didn't tell the parents. The superintendent said that he did everything that was required of him. Are you kidding me right now? You guys can all look it up. Plainview South Elementary School in Plainview, Texas. I mean, wow. Like I couldn't even believe it when I was like, holy crap. Wow, what if they saw the footage and found out that way? Absolutely evil. I mean, it's too bad, but if people who have seen Neely and someone filmed him hurting people should post the videos. Absolutely. Isn't that insane though? And the school, I mean, how is that possible that you're telling, like, you are possessing a sexual assault of a first grade girl? Okay. A 6-year-old little girl. The teacher was in the room. What the hell? They didn't do anything? Arrest them all and shut down this. I mean, what else can you do? But you don't hear any protest about that, do you? No, nobody's out there protesting for that little girl. Nobody's out there, stopping life from moving there. How the hell does that even happen? Exactly, Sifa. I mean, I don't even know. Oh, I would be too, picking daisies. I'd be locked up for sure. For sure. And they won't tell you that. They won't tell you these things. The school protecting the offenders. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Terry. We try to be good people over here. Just trying to spread the word and spread the light. Get rid of some of this darkness. It's taken over. The school said the teacher's view was partially obstructed. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, hold on.
Don't start opening.
We have no choice but to fight. Dr. Myron Golden exposes the agenda. Let's give him a listen.
Don't start opening our mouths. They are coming for our children. They're already there. They're already coming for them in the cartoons. They're already coming for them in the miseducational, misdirectional system. They are coming for your children. Why? They can't have children. 2 dudes can't have a child. 2 women can't have a child. So they're coming for yours. They have to recruit yours. And in order to recruit yours, they have to silence your voice. They have to make your voice irrelevant to your own family members. And when they make all of your descendants homosexuals, they've cut off your family tree at the root. Well, because Satan is the ultimate anti-life. Don't start opening our mouths. They are coming for our children.
I just think that kids are under attack. Our children are under attack from everything. You send them to school, all they're hearing about is Black Lives Matter, the pride flag, the trans agenda. Apparently Shit, apparently you can sexually assault somebody in your classroom and get away with it. And nobody, the teacher don't even notice. Nobody says anything. Nobody does anything. It's insane to me. I'm wondering, I know that's a good point, Tracy. I'm wondering how these 6-year-old boys, right, knew, like what got in these 6-year-old boys' head that they're like, hey, I'm gonna go assault that girl. Hey, I'm gonna go do what I'm gonna do. Go do. How does a 6-year-old even know about these things? I'm gonna tell you, because that's what schools are teaching them. And it isn't even sex ed anymore like it was sex ed when I was in school. Hell, they didn't show you shit. They didn't tell you much. And now it's free range. All right. Oh, good Lord. Maybe it has something to do with this. I thought this was like somebody photoshopped this into being here. They didn't. This is all part of the Satan's Club. I'm like, no way. Somebody came in there. Like, look at this girl's face. Look at these kids. They're like, what the? And then there's this. I mean, they got to be, what, 5 years old? What? Come on, guys. Oh, man, we need God more than ever in this world. We need more light. This is craziness. Do these children look happy? Do they look like happy kids? No, they do not. Look at this. This is insanity. This is not good. All right. Yeah, but you can't talk about Jesus in school. Nope. All right, let's listen to this lunatic talk about how now parents are more off-put than ever about giving their kids a big V. Now parents are so reluctant to even do that, maybe because of all the truth that's come out about it. But now we're going to do Operation Catch-Up. Oh yeah, Operation Catch-Up, where we're going to force vaccines and force parents to vaccinate their kids against their will. Oh yeah. Let's take a listen. New, Chelsea Clinton announces the Big Catch-Up initiative, which will be the largest childhood immunization effort ever. We need the public sector to hopefully stop doing things like stripping away public health emergency powers from the state public health agencies. We're working with WHO and the Gates Foundation and others to hopefully have the largest childhood immunization effort ever over the next 18 months to catch up as many kids as possible. I will say it again. They are coming for your children in one way or the other. Let's listen to this loony.
I do think, though, when you ask about the role of public-private partnerships kind of after the last few years, I think we spend so much time, understandably, focused on the mRNA vaccines and technologies. I spend a lot of time thinking about the really unfortunate, to try to use a not too judgmental word, kind of rise in not only kind of vaccine hesitancy and questioning, but outright kind of rejection of vaccines and of kind of science and the scientific kind of process, and also too often on our scientists, our epidemiologists, our frontline healthcare workers. And so I do think we need to have a much more robust conversation and sense of urgency, because I think we are less prepared today than we were arguably in January of 2020, partly because of the kind of lack of trust and confidence in not only our scientists, but in science itself, and certainly in the public health professionals. And so I think we need kind of the public sector to hopefully stop doing things like stripping away public health emergency powers from state public health agencies. But we also need the private sector to help, candidly, like do a better job of helping explain kind of the science that you are already commercializing and bringing to market, but also what you're working on, and help us kind of in the broader conversation not be uncomfortable with the discomfort of uncertainty. And so I do think we need really good ideas for how best to do that, because we all deserve to hopefully not be as unprepared as I worry we are at the moment. And the last thing I'll say is a new effort that we're a part of is the new initiative launched by the World Health Organization last week to try to catch kids up on their routine immunizations. In 2021 alone, more than 25 million kids under the age of 1 missed at least one routine immunization. And so we're working with WHO and the Gates Foundation and others to hopefully have the largest kind of childhood immunization effort ever over the next 18 months to catch as many kids up as possible, because no one should die of polio or measles or pneumonia, including in this country where we also need people to be vaccinating their kids.
Absolutely.
Now, I want to say this. You know, I believe vaccines are a personal choice. If you want to vaccinate and you want to get your kids vaccinated, you do you. But I will say this. They spent so long convincing parents that you need to vaccinate your child. You need to vaccinate your child. You need to do this. That the minute your baby comes out, the first thing that they want to do is take them and give them their hepatitis vaccine. Right? The first thing they do is stick a vaccine in your child. Now, what's sad is that as a society, as people, we were taught that, you know, when you're born, your immune system and is so bad that we have to fill you with these vaccines. Every 3 months, there's a vaccine for a kid. And then every 6 months, and then every year. And then you know how many vaccines kids have to get before they can enter school? It's insane. And do you know the stuff that is inside those vaccines? No, you don't, because they don't tell you what is inside those vaccines. Look it up. Mercury, aluminum. There's all kinds of stuff in there that is not good for your child, right? But they convince parents that, oh, if you want to be a good parent, you got to do what's right. You have to get them a vaccine for this. You have to get them a polio vaccine. You got to get them a freaking MMR vaccine. You got to get this. You got to get that. And it's like, dude, as soon as your kid comes out, they're immediately pumping them full of this stuff. What does that tell you? And there's study after study after study that tells you that these vaccines link to other things. But again, I'm not stating anything as fact. You go and look it up yourself, because that would be misinformation. Right? Right. But it's crazy that that's how it's always been, right? And it's not because they care about your child. It is because, and you guys can look this up, it is because how can I say this without it triggering something? It's because these things are required on their end to be in your child in order for certain things to happen. I believe 100% that they destroy your immune system. I believe 100% that they attack your nervous system. I believe 100% that they attack different things inside your body. But they tell you, if you don't get your kids these vaccines, you're a shitty parent. If you don't get these, it's because you don't care. If you don't do this and you don't do what we say and you don't follow the science, it's because, you know, you're a shitty person. Not because you've decided to think for yourself and go do your own research. No. Not for that. But I'm just saying, look it up. But think about that. From the very first day your kid is born, they are immediately given their first vaccine. Now, why do people think that their kids were born so unhealthy that they immediately need a vax the minute they come out? And then they wanted to start a few years ago, they wanted to start with the HPV vaccine. Start giving your kids this HPV vaccine when they're 12 years old, right before they're sexually active. And it's like, holy shit, holy cow, knock it off, right? Haven't you pumped enough into these kids? Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry. Get me going on a rant there. Okay. Let me get off that. Like I said, though, I'm not stating anything as fact here. You know, go do the research for yourself. Well, okay, let's just talk about that, Stephanie, for a second. Let's just talk about polio, where they tell you, oh, you have to have this polio vaccine because 100 years ago, people were being born and they got polio and they didn't have use of their legs. They didn't, we eradicated polio, 78, 80 years ago? How do we know that, though? Look at all the lies we've been told by the media, by the scientists. Look at everything that's been said and done. I just, hey, that's just me, though. I think it's crazy. All right, let's move on. But maybe 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds shouldn't be taught anything about sex. Maybe they shouldn't be. Then maybe we wouldn't be worried about 12-year-olds going out there and having sex and getting knocked up and getting these diseases. But now they're teaching that shit in kindergarten. Kids are learning about sex. That's crazy to me. I know, look at the Amish. The Amish are some of the most happy and healthiest people out there because they don't live under the government's rule, because they don't have to follow certain things. They don't send their kids to school, so they don't need all those vaccines. We need to do it. The Amish got it right, guys. For real, they did. Michael, you're going to get me in trouble. Don't put that in the chat. I've already had shit happen for me from that. So I'm sorry. I agree with you, but I gotta remove that comment somehow. Sifel, will you get rid of that comment just about the C-19, please? And Michael, it's not you. Trust me. It's not you. It's the way things are today. Is Sifel still in here? Okay, good. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah, I know, Terry. I know all about the reset. Okay, thank you, Michael. Okay, let's move on. I will defend the Marine, Jennifer. All right. Now, some of you don't know. Some of you may know.
Hey.
Biden put an end to Title 42, where illegal immigrants for crossing into this country that Trump put in. Biden got rid of it. Now, Thursday, there's already hundreds of thousands of people waiting to flood in here. Okay. Now, you know how we all just heard about Biden sending 1,500 troops to the border? Okay. Well, the sheriff's going to drop a truth bomb for us. All right.
Hey folks, Sheriff Lamb here. So truth is becoming harder and harder to find, especially from our politicians and the media. So I wanted to give you some truth today, a little truth bomb. Joe Biden recently announced he's sending 1,500 troops to the border. While I applaud him sending that, I want the American people to understand that this is not to protect our border, to keep people from coming into this country illegally. Those 1,500 soldiers will be there to process people into this country a lot faster, so that you, the American people, don't realize what a disaster this border crisis is. And that is the truth. If you want more truth, make sure you come follow me at sherifflambforsenate.com and make sure you support us today. God bless and stay safe.
Y'all hear that? Follow Sheriff Lamb for Senate for more truth. Patty and Pink, I'm with you 100%. Bust them to the doors of the politicians that want them all in here. And that's not me being racist. That's me being like, hey, how come any other border you cross illegally, shit happens? Here is the only place where you can cross the border illegally. We'll pay for your education. We'll pay for your housing. We'll put you on this, we'll give you freaking free food. We'll give you free money. We'll give you free health care. It's absurd. And you wonder why you wonder why we're in the position that we are in. It is a border invasion. Now, listen, I'm all for people coming into this country, but damn it, there are things that there's a legal and certain way to do it. Right now, we're just letting in God knows who. They're not being checked. They're not being, recorded into a book. They're not being nothing. They're just coming in all free. Don't know if they're don't know if they're convicted felons. Don't know if they're murderers. Don't know nothing about them. Exactly. Truth bombs, guys. Truth bombs. You will not get that in the media. All right. Oregon governor signs bill removing reading, writing, and math requirements for high school kids to help students of color. I'm going to read that again. Oregon governor signs bill removing reading, writing, and math requirements for high school kids to help students of color. So those kids that have worked their asses off their whole school career to be at the top, to be on the honor roll, to make the dean's list, to do everything right, that's just going to get canceled because you're privileged. It's not because you worked your ass off. It's not because you studied hard and did what you were supposed to do, but it's because you're privileged. So we're going to take away the reading, writing, and math requirements, which is basically the freaking fundamentals of school in the first place, right? Reading, writing, math, basics. They're going to get rid of those requirements. For what? So you guys can just pump out a bunch of dummies? Like, this makes no sense to me. Okay. Here's that thing I wanted to pull up right here. Where is it? I was just looking at it. Hold on. So let me get this straight. If you cross the North Korean border illegally, you get 12 years hard labor. If you cross the Afghanistan border illegally, you get shot. 2 Americans just got 8 years for crossing the Iranian border. But if you cross the U.S. border illegally, you get a job, a driver's license, food stamps, a place to live, healthcare, housing, and child benefits, education, and a tax-free business for 7 years. No wonder we are a country in debt. Repost if you agree. It's so true, though. It is so true. Yes, thank you, Sifa. Okay, here's another one. Dozens of school districts embrace equitable grading, setting up students for failure. No child enjoys homework, tests, or the hours one must put in to do well on both. But these tasks are vital to education, and not just for academic reasons. It is through the mundane work of learning that children learn self-discipline, and more importantly, the lesson that success is not given, but it is earned. Small wonder then that educators are now doing away with these tools. Self-discipline is just another form of white supremacy, according to the left, as is the idea that people must actually work for what they want. Thus, testing, grades, and any other form of academic rigor are being discarded and as outdated symptoms of systemic racism. Like, I honestly just can't anymore. I just can't. I can't. Several school districts nationwide have embraced this move toward equitable grading, a system in which students are expected to learn classroom material without ever being rewarded for it or penalized if they fail to do so. Under this new model, homework is assigned but not emphasized, and tests come with multiple retake opportunities. That is, if they are given at all. And behavior, including attendance, is no longer a factor in a student's final grade because it has nothing to do with whether they can write a competent, argumentative essay. According to Tanya Cooney, a teacher support specialist who helped implement equitable grading in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Supporters of this approach say it takes into consideration students with hardships in a way that traditional learning methods don't. Apparently, only students with stable home lives and intentional parents are able to complete homework assignments and study for exams. Classrooms are pressure cookers, said Joe Feldman, the pioneer of equitable learning. Students are now able to relax, say, I can have a bad day, and spend more time on things. If changes the way the classroom feels. Yeah, because it's no longer a classroom. No shit. We see it all happen. Equitable learning certainly has changed the way classrooms feel and operate, but not for the better. One student who experienced these grading changes for himself said they incentivized poor work habits and noted that even some of the highest achieving students in his Las Vegas high school have stopped showing up to class unless there was an exam. And why? Why would you? You don't need to. This isn't just a K through 12 phenomenon. More than 80% of four-year colleges said in a recent poll that they don't intend to require standardized tests, including the SAT and the ACT. What? In their applications this fall. The reason? Because the tests don't adequately take into account various socioeconomic factors that might affect an applicant's score. So if you're not going to get into college based off of your total grade average or based off of your SAT scores, then what's going to be the qualification for getting into a four-year university? It's insane to me, you guys. I just for the life of me don't understand it. Oh God. Okay. I'm not done, but I just want to take a minute to ask you guys, if you have not, please hit that thumbs up. It's a free way to help out the channel. It's getting harder and harder for me to put out videos. It honestly is. It's getting harder and harder for me because they want the truth silenced now more than ever. So please hit that thumbs up. Please sub to the channel. It's free and it helps out the channel. Anybody who wants to do extra, that wants to donate to the channel, the links are all down in the description below. All right, let's move on. We were talking about the other day. Now look at this person's sky. Is there? I mean, there's no doubt, guys. There's no doubt that this is going on.
Thanks, Bill Gates.
Guys, this is not normal.
This is the new normal, guys. It's the new normal.
Have y'all ever seen your skies looking like that? Oh, I hear there must be people outside. I can hear them. For real, Karma, 100% legit. Oh no, not a joke. I've been trying to tell people about chemtrails for years. Years. Go back in my videos. I have so many truth videos that I've done before the big C showed up that YouTube has not taken yet. For real, I highly recommend you go check out some of those. All right. FDA recalls more than 500,000 big C tests over bacteria risks. The Food and Drug Administration has recalled more than 500,000 C tests over concerns of them being contaminated with bacteria. The FDA said in a release Thursday that the consumers and healthcare providers should discard certain recalled SD Biosensor Inc. Pilot C at-home tests, which were distributed by Roche Diagnostics. The release states that the agency has significant concerns with the test kit's liquid solution, and direct contact with it could pose safety risk and compromise the test's accuracy. No way, you don't say. About 500,000 of those recalled tests were distributed to CVS, while about 16,000 were given to Amazon. The FDA and Roche are working together to determine how many of the contaminated tests were sold to consumers. So just another thing, y'all, just another thing. Hey, Mama Moon. Okay. All right, now here's that clip I was telling y'all about the other day. Let's have a listen. Teacher tells student they have to call pedos minor attracted persons. So that show this to anyone who says they are not grooming children.
We're not going to call them that. We're going to call them MAPs. No. Minor attracted persons. No. So don't judge people just because they want to have sex with a 5-year-old.
Oh my God. Did you all hear that, teacher? We are going to call them MAPs, minor attracted persons. Now, do not judge them because they want to have sex with a 5-year-old. Are you? I mean, everybody should have just got up out of that class and walked out. Don't judge people because they want to do that with children. Are you kidding me? I'm almost done. Sick world that we live in, y'all. Disgusting. It is. It is terrible. I'm going to play it again for those of you that didn't hear it.
We're not going to call them that. We're going to call them MAPs. No. Minor attracted persons. No. So don't judge people just because they want to have sex with a 5-year-old.
That was a teacher talking to a student. For God's sakes. Okay. City of Dallas disrupted by large cyber attack impacting multiple services. The city of Dallas in Texas experienced a large cyber attack that affected many important computer systems. As a result, it became difficult for the city to function properly. For instance, the computer-assisted dispatch system used by 911 dispatchers was not working. So they had to write down reports and give them to officers manually instead of submitting them electronically. To avoid the attack from spreading, the city had to turn off some of its IT systems. Now you say, Christy, why is this a big deal? Because if you go back to Event 201, it was a big event put on by the World Health Organization, okay, the World Economic Forum, okay, that planned the entire C19 thing. The whole damn thing was planned out. Look it up. Event 201, okay? After that, the last one that they had was, now they plan all of these things before they happen, okay? Now the last one that they had, I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it was about a cyber attack on the world, on the population. It's starting, okay? It's starting now, but look it up. The first one was, the last one that they, so in I want to say it was 2019, they did Event 201, and then the big C happened, okay? And then in 2020, I can't remember if it was 2021 or 2022, but they had another one, and they did cyber attacks. So I'm just telling you this so you can prepare, you know, just so you know, just for information. Hold on, where's her message? Let me see. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. I will definitely, I can tell you, I will check that in just a minute. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today is the stuff that's going on with the Kiely Rodni case, okay? The lawsuits, the people that are being threatened with lawsuits. There's creators that are going after other creators. There's supposedly Kylie's parents are coming down on people and going after them with lawsuits. Well, let me tell you this, okay? The one good thing that can come from all of this is the truth will come out. If Lindsay wants to go around suing people, she's going to have to prove that what they said was wrong. And in order to prove that what they said was wrong, she would have to prove the accident theory. She would have to provide proof that people out here on YouTube are lying. So I just want to say that, you know, I mean, it's gotten so crazy between creators and everybody's attacking everybody, and this channel's going after this channel and this channel's going after this channel. And it's just too much. Like, it's too much for me. Okay. I will check that out, Mama Moon. I will check that out. Ryan said today they are not suing him. Well, then we know that was a lie. But what I'm saying is, listen, you don't have to like everybody that's making Kiely videos. You don't have to agree with everybody that's making Kiely videos. You don't have to freaking, you don't have to like or enjoy any of it. Hey, CY. You don't have to like it, but there are creators such as myself, such as a lot of others that I can think of, a lot of others that are actually invested in just finding out the truth. Okay. Whatever that may be. What, babe?
There was used to be mango paper.
I don't know where it is.
Somewhere.
I'm almost done though. No, she made me lose my train of thought. But anyway, what I was saying is there are some of us out there that are literally just looking for the truth. And you know what? I mean, not for nothing, but we're not gonna give it up. We're not going to stop. Like, I for sure, I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. Okay. I can only speak for myself in saying that I will stop with the Kylie Rodney stuff as soon as I know the truth of what happened to her. As soon as justice prevails, I will leave it alone. But until then, it's always in my mind. It's always in the back of my mind, you know, and it's not just her. But she's probably my biggest one right now. You know, there are other cases, but she's probably the one that's in my brain all the time. That's, you know, that we just want to know the truth. That's all. So, you know, I just don't think that attacking other people or going and running your mouth in somebody else's chat is gonna do anything. I don't think it's gonna get you anywhere. So again, I can't speak for everybody else. I can just speak for myself. I don't do drama. I don't do bullshit. I did reach out to Megan. I will say this. I did reach out to Megan on Instagram the other day after Jewels of Thought. That's where I saw it. Jewels of Thought put out a video about Megan. And it was just a little clip saying, I know they did this to Kylie. Right? I don't know if you guys all heard that. And I did reach out to her and I was like, listen, I was like, you know, I've told you I've said my piece, like with you, as far as what my problem is with you, but I will do it respectfully. Would you like to come on the channel, do a real interview with no bullshit, no nonsense, no nothing, just talk about the case, right? And she replied back to me and said, thank you for reaching out to me, but I am no longer discussing the Kylie Rodney case. I have hired a lawyer, and now it will all go through my lawyer. And, you know, and she's like, I should have done this months ago. So I don't know what's going on over there. All I know is that, and I don't associate, like I go into other people's chats sometimes. I go into other people's videos, right? Or I'll watch other people's videos. But I do not go in anywhere to talk shit about anybody. Find me something, right? Because I don't do that. And I don't like that shit brought to my channel. So as far as all I can say is, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still trying to find the truth of what happened to Kylie. And that's all I'm doing. Like, I could care less what everybody else is doing. But the one thing I do want to say is that the bullshit from over here, the bullshit from over here, and the bullshit from up here isn't getting anybody answers. It's all a distraction. You're all just distracting each other from finding the truth. Stop worrying about this person and stop worrying about what this person's saying. Just do what you are doing and try to get justice in, you know, in a way that you can, in a way that you can do it. So that's all I want to say on that. Like, I don't do that. Like, I'm not there for the drama. Listen, if you got some new information, I would love to hear it. If you don't, then you ain't worth my time. That's all. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. I don't know who's suing who. I just know that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Exactly. And I never, how do you say your name? Because I always feel like I'm going to say it wrong, and I don't want to say it wrong. Is the T silent in your name? Does anybody, I mean, I know it's not like you can say, here's how you pronounce my name. But anyway, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And I think it's just distracting everybody from the facts of let's get right down to it. Let's get to the truth. Let's find the truth. That's all. Okay. I will call you Tsunami then. That works. Because I'm always like, I never know what to say because I don't want to say her name wrong. Like, that's rude. So yeah, I will call you Tsunami then. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Christy, I personally am tired of the stupidity. I watch lots of creators that I guess do not get along, but I do not feel like that should include me. And I don't care. I don't care either. Like, people come in my chat that are in Squirrel's chat. People come in my chat that are in Daisy's chat. People come in my, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. we're all just here for the truth. Like, as long as you don't come in acting like an a-hole, we're good, you know? So that's it. That's what I got for you guys today. Please hit that thumbs up. Please sub to the channel. Please consider donating if you can. Links are down in the description below. Please hit that thumbs up. Please consider becoming a member if you want to. We're good people over here. I love you guys. I just wanted to bring some truth to y'all today. So I hope you liked this video. I hope, I hope it helped. I hope it helps somebody. So please share if you think some of this information in here is worth it. But those of you that are talking about Jordan Neely and Danny Penny, please go back and watch the beginning of my video of this live right here, because it's so important. It is stuff that you are not going to get from the news. All right. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions and keep spreading that light. I'll see you all next time. Have a good day.